Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. Again, it is JoyToy Warhammer 40k time, and we're looking at Imperial Fists Heavy Intercessors and 3rd Captain Tor Garadan. Is it Garadan or Garadon? Sorry. And the Heavy Intercessors, we have Imperial Fists Heavy Intercessors. We have Rogfrid Pertanau and Pollad Lycalarad. Bit of a tongue twister there for you. Not sure if I like those names, but never mind. Okay, so we have had intercessors before from JoyToy's Warhammer 40k line, but these are heavy intercessors. I will be comparing these with the original intercessors a little bit later on, and I'm really interested to see how the Power Fist compares on the original with the Captain. Obviously his is going to be a lot more chunky and bigger, but it'll be interesting to see. Okay, look at the boxes. So first one, Rogfrid Pertanau. It looks like, does look pretty cool. The gun looks nice. Now it has been pointed out or said that this triangle here is the wrong way. The arrow is the wrong way, but oh well. Approved by Games Workshop before they start mass printing and producing, so somebody missed that out if that is the case. Looks pretty cool. Again, you've got these bloody cables in the legs which look fantastic but really impede articulation. Pollad Lycalarad even. Oh, very nice. His gun is attached by a nice tube there. Going to limit his shooting positions, but looks pretty cool on the damn back. He looks fantastic. Very, very cool. And 3rd Captain Tor Garadon, who just looks like a walking tank, if I'm honest. He looks amazing. Let's turn him around. All these extra tubes and wires that he's got are going to make it really hard to pose him, but he will look fantastic. Okay, I'm going to unbox these, set them up, and let's get into this. If you like this sort of content, please do consider joining the Patreon. There's a link in the top right of your screen now. You can get early access to videos. We do have prize draws, and it's worth trying out just for a month. Also, in the video description below, you will see discount codes for 3 recommended sellers who all sell Warhammer 40k, JoyToy Warhammer 40k toys. So worth checking out those links. They are very good sellers. They're very responsible. They do send your stuff out, and they've got great customer service. And you can get a discount by purchasing through those links. So back in an instant. Here they are. They look fantastic. Not without issues. But I have to say, visually, they are just stunning. Some of the nicest ones. I nearly always say that, but some of the nicest figures that they've produced, JoyToy produced for the 40k line. But there are a couple of issues. Now, I'll start close look and issues as I go along. I'll start with the Captain, 3rd Captain. First one is his shoulder pauldron came off during this one here. Now there's nothing broken inside, just needs to be glued back on. Or at least I hope there's nothing broken inside. Doesn't appear to be a break there. Just needs to be glued, I think. This cloak has to go underneath his backpack here. So what you need to do is you need to pull the arm out of the socket, because there's all these cables has to go around too, and push the arm back in, unless I miss something. But he looks particularly good. Not sure about that sort of flat top, and the hair sort of not coloured particularly well, but the face sculpt is good enough. Now we're going to use his, look at his head again a bit later. We're going to compare him with another one, and you see that one of the other guys has got a head that's like a beach ball. Very nice looking, packed full of details. I love the fact the way this one does fit on quite nicely loose. He does look good. When we go for articulation, we'll use him and one of the other ones. Okay, next one. Yeah. The only real issue I have with this is a common issue, well, nearly of all the ones, is that the handles on the guns are too thick. They need to be a little bit thinner. But other than that, he's pretty cool. The knife can come out. We'll see this on the next one. I've taken the knife out on the next one. Lovely details. He does look fantastic. Also on my Captain, before I forget, his little elbow part, this part here came out of his arm. I had to push that back in. Let me just show you again. The elbow part here came out on this one, so that's a bit loose now. So I need to glue that as well. Okay, last one. See, he's got the little knife. The knife does look particularly good. Look at the size of that melon head. That head is ridiculously large. That could work on a 112 figure pretty much. The gun is fantastic. He does look good, but the head is just too big. Now, if I bring back the captain, let's compare the head sizes. They are two different scales completely, really. That's just... This guy's been tainted by chaos. You know, he's bloated his... Father Noogle's bloated his head or something. That's just a massive head. So, you know, he looks good, but JoyToy, you need to sort that head situation out. The head is way too big. But it sort of suits his body. But it doesn't, it's too big. He's armoured. You take off that armour, he'd have this skinny little body with this huge head like a planet. It's probably got his own moon orbiting around it, but he does look nice. Okay, let's go through articulation. So I'll take his gun off. I'll put the knife back in the sheath. I will show on him and the captain. But bear in mind like the pauldrons come with the captain again. Bear in mind the captain missing the pauldron will have slightly improved, or should have improved, articulation on one of his left hand, our right. Okay, so here he is. Bear in mind his head is massive. He can look left and right. There's a small forwards, backwards and side to side. The nozzles do turn on the backpack. Arms are all the way around. We know the shoulders will be pretty bad. Only gets to there. Bicep bend is actually pretty good. There is a swivel as well. And the hand on that awesome barbell joint is just fantastic articulation. He has trunk, really good forwards and backwards, or backwards particularly. Side to side can turn. Waist, there is a turn and small forwards, backwards, and together he gets loads of motion. Hips, these parts here are going to really impede how far forwards, backwards he goes. The knife and whatever else is on the front, and it'll get in the way, as with these tubes. And his gun in the back, but not bad on the forwards or backwards, to be fair, for a chunky boy. There is a thigh twist, and also it can twist from the hip. There is a single kneecap on these, but you know, they do get about 90. The feet have a turn. They have a decent tippy toe. They have a decent, an alright dorsiflexation, not decent. They can twist side to side, and there's toe articulation too. Now I'll show on the captain, because obviously his articulation is going to be different. Just put this guy's gun back in. Here we go. So the captain, yeah, he looks fantastic. I think he's one of the best looking ones they've done. So top, this part here turns, the gun doesn't pivot up and down, the nozzles turn, his head forwards, backwards, side to side, and he can twist. Arm all the way around, well, not really all the way around, unless you get the tube out the way, I guess. On this side, that tubing gets in the way. Lateral raise, no pauldron, and it's still going to pop out. Yeah. And now that's the elbow piece that I was talking about came off. So lateral raise is not great on this one, unfortunately, even without the pauldron. That elbow piece, there we go. There is a bicep swivel. He's going to get a very tight bicep bend, even with that cable, well over 90. With the pauldron, that would be slightly less, because that would get in the way. And he's on that barbell wrist we love. Other side, with his cloak on, it's going to impede, but the cloak does look good. So it won't go all the way around because you've got these cables, but to the side, about there, it's not great. Bicep bend, however, with this big power fist, is still around about 90 degrees. There is nothing on the hand itself. Trunk should be the same as the other. Well, this is There we go. Is that coming off or staying on? Oh gosh, that's coming off. Yeah. Yeah, that's trunk on him is just going to come off if you try. But trunk and waist together is okay. His trunk does not want to move, it just wants to come apart. Legs are the same as the other guy. They look great. Articulation is acceptable. We know when it's so much bulk that articulation suffers, and these guys are proving that. And I think after this on video I'll have to glue on his elbow joint and that pauldron just so he stays together. The issue also is, look, his trunks come apart then. It's actually his cables keeping him together. Not the cables, the friction between the waist, armour and the upper body. So the captain, while he looks amazing, he's got issues. Well, mine's got issues anyway. And out of the other two, this one's the better figure. This one looks amazing, but that head is just way too big. I mean, look, this guy, if we take the other guy, the guy's got a helmet on, and this guy's head is, well, no way fitting that helmet. This guy's head is probably bigger than the helmeted heads. Okay, so these are the heavy intercessors. If we get out the original or the intercessors, these are normal intercessors. These are not heavy intercessors. You see that there's going to be quite a difference in size. Bear in mind, some are body. The original are body 1 and the heavy intercessors are body 2, and the original I've got posed. But even so, you can see that there is a considerable size difference. Now I just want to move him out the way. I want to put him next to here, because next to the captain I want to put the other one, the other captain, who's also got a power fist. This power fist is small in comparison. Can we see just about? We can see there. So they work together, but you can see quite a big size difference. Now, if I compare these two with his pauldron fall off again, with their power fists, let's get the focus. There's also a size difference in fist, but that's fine. Both look good. And if we want to get a sort of comparison between a captain and another bulky Imperial Fist, then I will use an aggressor. I see that they do scale well and would look really nice together on the battlefield. Good all-round figures in terms of aesthetic, you know, passable articulation. Just the head's too big, and I really want to improve the shoulders. And I'm a little bit annoyed about the elbow joint and the pauldron on my captain, but he does look fantastic. Okay, if you want a chance to win a awesome toy, a Black Templars Redemptor Dreadnought direct from JoyToy themselves, then click on the link in the top right of your screen now. Watch that video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, and there will be a draw taking place on the 31st of January, the last day of January. And you have to comment to be able to enter the competition. You subscribe so when a new video is released announcing the winner, you'll know about it, you can watch it and see if you won. And there'll be a 2-week period to respond and claim your prize. Okay. Great set. I think these look great, good for the shelf. But again, these are very much minimal posing and playing with toys, though, you know, I still play them. More shelf toys, but they do look fantastic. Subscribe to this channel, check out the Patreon, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye-bye.